outlets. Just tune in. You can give me a call at 678-439-7419. If you want to ask a question, we also on Instagram, 101 TKO Radio, all platforms, social media platforms, Facebook, 101 TKO Radio. And then if you want to listen live, we are also at Jade's Desire on Instagram. So there's no excuse on missing this show. So what are we doing tonight? We are going to go into flogging because we said that we was going to talk about it. And I'm going to have her come in because this is my person. But I mean, I wanted her to be here, to discuss it, but it's not like I can't discuss it. But I want to give y'all a break from talking to me. But, flagging is like a form of BDSM. It's not quite the punishment part, but it is, because you can get the whip with the leather strips. They're very soft, so they don't hurt as much, and we're going to get into all that. And we're just going to reflect, like I said, on my very first show and then last week's show. Just kind of recap for those that did not tune in. You missed a good show. On the first show, we talked about communication, having that open dialect and communication with your significant other, and learning the cues on what to say, what not to say when your significant other wants to try something, because we have to remember that everybody's sexual experience is different. We have people that are on different levels of sex. You don't know when they started out, what they tried, who they was with. They may have had somebody like me that turned them out. I'm just saying, anything can happen, because I didn't turn a couple of people, but, that's neither here nor there. And they don't let me live that down, but it's okay. But I mean, that's what this is for. So, and I do understand that some people may not want to call in, disguise your voice. You're always anonymous. If you want to give me a fake name, I'll take that. So give me a call, 678-439-7419. And we talked about, I explained how sex is like a restaurant, and people don't understand how well sex and food go together. Like, for real. Sex and food goes together like a hand and glove. It's going in with an open mind, going in with experimenting, going in knowing what you want to try something different. You just don't know what you want to try. You're looking at the menu and you're tossing around, and it's like, let me think, let me see what I want to do. But it's, I'm not quite sure. I'm reading a description. It sounds good, but I'm not quite sure. Okay. So let your spouse get that, and you get something else, because that's you introducing something new to your spouse. You get what y'all just switch it up. That's literally what sex is. You sit down, you have a conversation, you talk about the things that you want to talk about, or you talk about a position that you want to try, and you sit up here contemplate like, do I really want to try that? Do I really want to do that? How do you know if you like it, if you don't try it? Let's mull that over. Let's talk about it. Is it going to put me in traction? Is it going to do any of that? By the time I get through with y'all going to be in traction. But like I said, 101 TKO Radio and Jade's Desire is not responsible for any broken bones, broken pelvises, anything like that. I take full responsibility for rug burns, back burns, elbow burns, those type of burns. That's all I want to hear about. So I'm just saying. So that's what we're doing. That was the very first show, just teaching about the open communication and, just knowing how to communicate. Because the first thing that people, when they go to their spouse and say, hey, I want to try something different, that person is like, okay, who you been sleeping with? And that necessarily is not the case at all times. Sometimes it is, but I'm not going to put that out there. But I want to say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, that's not what it is. They've just either seen something that they want to try, they're talking to their friends and they want to try it, or something that if they've done with somebody else and they enjoyed it and want to experience it with you, because it's all about sex is experimental. I say that because it's so experimental, because no matter what you do, no matter how long you having sex, you're experimenting. Nobody is an expert at sex. They may think that they're an expert, but they're technically not, because I've gotten, people tell me, "Oh, you so freaky." I'm not. I live a very experimental lifestyle, and that's pretty much what it is. It's you're experimenting with sex because you don't know what you like, what you don't like, or anything like that. So you experience it, and then like last week we talked about safe words. Safe words are very important, and it's like steps. There's a method to my madness. We going this conversation is gonna keep going. There's a method to my madness. Last week we talked about safe words. Safe words is very important. It is one of the pinnacle things that ties into the conversation, because if you're trying something new, if you're doing a gag ball, like Super Producer said that he would never do a gag ball, he good with that, and that's cool. Everybody got their own limits. So he is off limits to gag ball, so I know what not to get him for Christmas. And and that's okay. But he might get one anyway, just so he can at least try. But I mean that like all of this ties in, and like I said, Kevin Hart gave everybody pineapples as a safe word. There are so many verbal safe words. You got your verbal safe words and your nonverbal safe words. Just make sure that everybody is doing and having a safe word. So, y'all, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick little break, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Early in the mornings when I
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes.
101 TKO Radio. It
That
is
means
your
it could be
girl,
you.
Jade's
Your-
Desire. Welcome back to Bedrooms of Life, Dictational Conversations. Hey. Y'all, these questions is coming in. I see y'all. These questions is hot tonight. This is going to be a hot topic. Okay, so the first question that I got, I don't know if I can say that one on the air. So we gon' do that one off air. But the second question is it natural for a woman to orgasm during oral conversation? Absolutely. I want to say something else, but I'm, beep. I want to get taken off the air. But absolutely, that's a turn on. That's like the ultimate, because you're turned on by turning him on, or you're turned on by, whoever you're pleasuring. Like, yeah, you can definitely orgasm from, oral conversations. That's like the highest accolade that you can give. Like, they don't have to physically, penetrate you to, make you have an orgasm. You're turned on just by turning them on. Like, absolutely. Like, why y'all think this man won't leave me alone? Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that loud? I'm sorry. But I mean, I'm saying, absolutely, you absolutely can. You absolutely can orgasm from oral conversation. That is a turn on. That is the ultimate accolade, clapping hands, stomping feet, everything else. We gonna try to the actual question, and so the question was, is there a technique to female spitting? That's what we're gonna say, because I don't know if we can say the other word or not. So we're gonna say orgasmically spitting. Y'all see how I just made that up? And it goes too, so. That's what we're going to say. We're going to call it orgasmically spitting. Is that okay? I think we can do that. I think that I know it wasn't about me, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know it wasn't about me. I'm just saying. But, the other question was about orgasmically spitting. Is there a technique? Technically, there is no technique, because not all women can orgasmically spit, and not all men can make a woman orgasmically spit. That's a tongue twister. Okay, can't keep saying that. But there's really not a technique. It's either you can or you can't, or he can or he can't. You got to know where that spot is in order to be able to do it. Because I know the first time that I did it, I didn't know, and it not only freaked me out, it freaked out the person that I was with. And I was like, oh my God, what had just happened? Like, I was like, oh my God, I think I was like maybe 25, 26. And I had thought that I did everything. I was like, oh, that's not good, that's not nice. But then I found out, oh, it's amazing. So, I mean, I can't really say that there's a technique. You just gotta know where your body parts are. That's why I was, saying that you can't have your significant other satisfy you if you don't know how to satisfy yourself. That's men and women, because fellas, you can't tell your girl how you want to have an oral conversation. I mean, you can. Let me hold on. Let me take that back. Fellas, you can tell your girl how you want to have an oral conversation. You know how you want it to feel. You know where your spots are, because it's yours. You've been playing with it for 30 years, 40 years, whatever the case may be. So you know what spots to hit, what spots to grab, and everything else. And based over the years of you having oral conversations, what you like, what you don't like. Not that you're comparing your current significant other, but she may be a simple conversationalist, and she may not be into having oral conversation. She just may be a level 1 conversationalist. Those are the worst because it's a waste. Like, why are you having a conversation if you're just going to be basic? That's disrespect. It's treason, and it's all out wrong. Do we have like a wonk wonk or a bomb sound that we can put to the basic conversationalist? Because thank you. We don't want them. We don't want them. We don't want the basic conversationalists. They're the worst. They make the oral conversationalists look bad. They make us do more work. But I mean, that's, it's literally all about, everything ties back to communication and knowing what you like and what you don't like. Because if you don't know how to pleasure and please yourself, you're not going to be able to explain that over to your partner. No matter who you're with, male, female, whoever, you got to know. But there's no other way for you to decide. So, but back to topic, we're discussing flogging and the world of BDSM. Like, it's, for me, when I got introduced to that world, it was, I'm going to say it was scary but freeing. It was very scary and it was very freeing because I'd never heard of it before. I never experienced it. I never thought of it. And it was like when I saw it, yeah, that's going to be a no for me because it was so scary. And it was something that had never happened before. Nobody had ever talked to me about it. Nobody had ever said, hey, do you know during intimacy that you can get smacked on the behind and you can love it and have the best orgasm ever? Nobody taught me that. So it's like, told y'all I'm from the south side of Chicago, 103rd and Windward. Whoa, wow. You hit me, I'm swinging back. That's literally, that's literally it. But now, choke me, spank me, pull my hair. That's all I gotta say. So, for those of you that, I want to give you the correct, because everybody gives BDSM different names, different terminologies, different meanings. I'm going to give you the real verbatim meaning lifestyle for BDSM. So you can have it and you can know it and not, and know what you're talking about and what you want and everything else. So for the B is pretty much, it's just bondage. That's pretty much it. That's like being tied up, being restrained, being in handcuffs. You get most men be like, okay, I don't want to be in no handcuffs because I've been locked up. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So you can, like, anything that you can tie somebody up with, just don't use zip ties because you can't get out of zip ties, and that's like some kidnapping type stuff. We don't want to do that. But we want to keep it sexy. We want to do handcuffs. We want to do scarves. We want to do handkerchiefs. We want to do things like that. So that is what the B is for in bondage. And then you can either have discipline or dominance. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you are into having pain for punishment, then that's where that discipline comes in. And, because this seems to be the only thing that people, can relate to is 50 Shades of Grey. Y'all remember when she got punished? That's pretty much what discipline is in BDSM. And then also you have dominance. And then that's when you have your dom. That's when you have the dominance in you. It's like you're given, controlling. Like he was the dom. Like he had the double D. He was into discipline and he was the dominant one. There's no way, under no circumstances whatsoever, would he ever submit. So he's the one that was in control at all times, and he didn't want to let that control go. because that's all he knew. So those are like the D's can go either way. The D's can go either way. And then you got the S's and the M's that can go either way. It just kind of depends on what you're into. So you got the sadism. So that's pretty much, it's also an infliction of pain. It's like being intense with it. It's, that pain that you want to inflict on somebody. And, people don't judge. I'm not, people are into different things. People are definitely into things. And then you have the master and you have the slave. And that's the one that's also like they're in control. They're like in serious control. So that's what, those are your letters for the BDSM and telling you, trying to figure out which one that you are. Are you into bondage? And bondage is so much fun. Just don't, put on too much leather and choke yourself out and you pass out somewhere, because that would not be fun. So it's like bondage is the best. And bondage can also go on, I would say, like in a sense of flogging, because that gives pain, but it's not a bad pain. It's like, you being tied up and you being. So the best way that I could explain it is like when pledges go through their final phases and they get hit with that big wooden paddle. That's what, that's what being flogged is. You being hit with a paddle. You got a whip. Some of the whips got roses that got spikes and stuff on the end. So, while that, it's a lot to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a pin in it right there. We're going to listen to one of my favorites, and we're going to come back and we're going to get right back into it. 101 TKO Radio. Check it out, y'all.
What grows in the forest? Trees?
101 TKO Radio. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are with Bedrooms of Life, Dictational Conversations with your girl, Jade's Desire, your favorite real life erotica author of 2 books, The Real Thoughts of the Sexual Submissive, Volume 1, and The Real Thoughts of the Sexual Submissive, Volume 2, The Making of Jade, y'all. I must say so myself. Those books are dope. Like, for real, you're getting a real in-depth, up-close and personal look at how I became me. So it's like, this is me. You either take me or leave me, or it is what it is. So during that commercial break, I had 2 questions pop up. How do you find people in the lifestyle? Lifestyle is literally, it used to be a secret society. And it was pretty much, you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get into it. It wasn't like you just walk up to it or something. You know, you may meet a couple and, keyword is, they want to hang, or you see a pineapple on their car or a flag or something on their car. Then you know that they're in that lifestyle. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I would not advise you to, approach somebody that got a pineapple in their car or a certain type of flag on their car, because they're going to think that you're interested. That's not. But it's literally, it used to be a secret society. And it used to be where, like when my brother used to do his parties, he gave out the information literally like 2 hours before. Like his contact list was crazy. And he would send out like this mega text message or email, or pretty much text message, like 2 hours before. 2 hours before, you got the location, the time, the theme, the password, and you got your name put on a list. If you did not reply within a certain amount of time, password changed, because everybody had a different password and your name was taken off the list. There ain't no games, because it's literally all about being safe, and you don't want everybody. Like, you can't be there for everybody. So, that's probably how you find people, that's in the lifestyle. And then just basic conversation, because the other question that was posed was, you can't say that on the first date, but yes, you can. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it, because like for some people that can be a deal breaker. They may not, they may want to be in that lifestyle because they've been in that lifestyle and they've explored that lifestyle. So yeah, you definitely can, ask that question. And then somebody else just said, I just learned something, the pineapple symbol. Yeah, absolutely. Don't you go up to somebody that's kind of be like, oh, I like pineapples too. you gonna find out you're gonna be somewhere you don't wanna be. I'm just saying that, you gotta know what you're saying, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta know what and that's what I'm here for. So like tonight is dope, because all these questions that's coming in are questions that people really want to know but are afraid to ask. They don't know who to ask. And it's like, I have extensive knowledge about it, but there are still things about it that I don't know. So guess what? I got friends that's been in lifestyle since they could walk. They prefer it. Me, on the other hand, I don't. I am a serial monogamous until I get bored. Does that make sense?
Repeat that again. You're what?
Serial monogamous until I get bored. Which means I'm all for being faithful.
Right.
I am very 10 toes down, faithful. Don't even think about it. Tunnel vision. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you got. If you my person, I don't care. But if I get bored and I tell you I'm bored and you ain't doing nothing about it.
Now, when you say bored, you mean sexually, or you
bored,
mean
period.
Okay.
It can be bored sexually. It can be bored, not going nowhere, not doing nothing. If I dude, we need to go somewhere. We need to do something. And it's really not all about intimacy. It can be just, if I meet somebody like, okay, I want to take you out to eat. Okay. Because I'm only going to say it so many times. I'm going to stop saying it. And I'm going to show you somebody else out there that want me, that want to take me out to eat, that want to spend time with me. Because it's like they're giving me that attention. And everybody craves that attention. So, yeah. Am I in the lifestyle now? No. Absolutely not. If I ever become single, yes. Let me say that again. Do we have some excited, jumping for joy, hurrah, hurrah, like something to get pumped up background noise? So when I become single, I'm gonna get into that lifestyle again because it's so freeing. But I'm selfish. I don't like sharing. That makes no sense at all. Like, I can share when I'm single, but when I'm in a relationship, you touch what's mine, you will get shot. I'm serious. I'm so serious. All right, so let's get back to it, y'all. So I let y'all know about, I let y'all know. See, and then it's like we were talking about pineapples. Pineapples is not just a safe word. Pineapples is that symbol. So you see a pineapple on somebody's car. Y'all remember that episode on Tom and Jerry when he said the white mouse will not explode? That's the pineapple. Do not approach somebody if you don't know what it means and talk to them about the pineapple because you will get your car keys thrown in a fishbowl. I'm just saying, if you don't know what that means, I'm a learn ya. In the words of Method Man, I'm a learn ya what throwing your keys in a fishbowl mean. But, with flogging, flogging is, it don't hurt. Well, let me rephrase that. You're anticipating pain. So it's like the anticipation is making it painful. But then once it finally lands, it's not painful at all. So it's like, let's say that you have your whip. That whip is so soft that you can't feel it. No matter, it's literally like soft feathers, being hit across your butt, your back, your legs, whatever. It does not hurt. It's not going to leave any webs. It's not going to leave anything. It's just like, it's like medium touches of love. Like that's, I know that sounds crazy like that. I'm coming up with some stuff tonight. Like, dang. I should have been writing this down. I should have been taking notes, but yeah, it's with the flogging, it's supposed to be intensive, but it's not. It just depends. Now, if you get the whip with the rose petals with the spikes at the end, that's when you get into more pain aspect. But it's like, because you can only take so much, your pain level needs to get to a certain point, and it increases. But you also have to know your verbal and your nonverbal cues, because your body will go into shock, and you don't want your body to go into shock, and you will pass out. That's something that we definitely don't want. That's why all of what I'm saying is pretty much just like coming in together. It's literally coming in together. It's communication, having safe words, knowing your partner knowing you, because if you into it, it's, it's amazing. And you got different ways of doing it. And it can, let's say you can get one of those horse jockey whips. You might get hit with that. Is it going to leave a mark? It depends on how you get hit. It might leave a mark, but to me, it's the sound. It's the sound that turns me on. It's like that, pack. That sounds so good. Like, it does. Why are you laughing at me? It sounds amazing. Like it's like that sound. It's like being hit with your hand. Like it's just like somebody smacking you on your rear end, smacking you on your butt. It's the same thing with that jockey strap, with that rod. The only difference is somebody is hitting you on your cheek, and you want to make sure that you're not hitting on the bone, because if you hit on the bone, then that's gonna that might hurt a little bit more. But you always want to get like a meaty part, something that's meaty. So unfortunately, skinny chicks drink a protein shake, get some meat, get some cornbread, black eyed peas, sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese before you decide that you want to get, you know, flogged because you ain't got no meat to protect that area back there. I'm just saying. But I mean, it's so many different ways. It's so many different things. So, we gonna these questions that's coming in tonight, y'all so dope tonight. I really appreciate it. I would love for y'all to come, call in 678-439-7419. And we on all platforms. So Super Producer is over there on the on the live. So if questions come in on the 101 TKO radio, he'll see it. If it come in on Facebook, he'll see it. So y'all go ahead, post those questions, and we'll do that. So I'll be back, y'all, in 2 and 2. 101 TKO Radio. Welcome back, y'all. We are having some good conversation tonight, y'all. These questions are coming in. Oh my God, I am loving y'all tonight, y'all. Keep these questions coming in. See, this is what this is all about. You are with your girl doing bedroom of life. We are having some dictational conversations with your favorite real life erotica author and certified sexologist, Jade's Desire. The questions, we got questions about the lifestyle tonight. We got questions about oral conversations and, oral spitting. Is that what I called it? I think I called it something else. What did I call it? I'm going to have to write this stuff down. I forgot what I called it, but, we just, yeah, somebody said they saw the pineapple symbol but never knew what it was. I'm glad it's like one of those things you see a stranger, you don't approach. We don't want y'all approaching. Okay, so, it's very hard for me to go through the book and find something that I can read that's not extremely vulgar, that's not going to get us taken off the radio airs, and I definitely don't want to do that because I enjoy what I'm doing. Now, I actually found something in the book, The Real Thoughts of a Sexual Submissive, The Making of Jade. This is in volume 2, y'all. Y'all got to get this. Y'all literally are reading my sexual autobiography. And I don't care how much you search, you will not find out who these people are. I guarantee you will not find who these people are. It's like only me, them, my best friend, and God knows. And I will put a plastic bag over her head and tape the bottom of it and suffocate her and burn off her fingertips. So, that got real graphic, but I'm just saying, I know how to do it. Okay, so this is, since we're talking about this, I was sitting up here going through, while we were on break, just trying to see if I had something in a book that was pertaining to what we were talking about that I could read that was not too vulgar, and I did. And guess what? The title of it is Oral Fixation, and those that are watching on, Instagram, see, there it is. It's called Oral Fixation, and this is, this dude is in the book so much, it's ridiculous. Can somebody find me a new man? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm just saying, I'm kidding. I would never get rid of him. All right, so oral fixation. I have never in my life, or say adult sexual life, ever just wanted to give someone oral conversation as much as I wanted to give him oral conversation. Oh my God, and that's literally in the book. The mere thought of him, okay, I'm lying. His man makes my mouth water insanely. I've never had this happen to me before like this. Not sure why it's him. Don't really care that it's him and that it's his man. Y'all know I can't say the other word, so just bear with me. It's the taste of it. It's the feel of it. Or shall I say the feel of it? Or could it just be him? I'm not sure. I don't know. I just know for the 2 years I've loved having oral conversations with him. And he doesn't mind me using him for it. Why would he? One day, not too long ago, I sent him a text message just telling him that I wanted to have an oral conversation. Don't talk to me, nothing. I just want your man. He looked at me like, who you talking to like that? Wow. At the same time, pulling his pants down. Go figure. You mad, but you're pulling your pants down. Who does that? While sitting and chatting, telling him what I wanted to do was have oral conversation with me, he asked if I had an oral fixation. My reply was no. As much as I enjoy having oral conversations, I never wanted to have oral conversations as much as I want to have them with you. So maybe it's you. Is that okay? I know y'all like, that's all she do is talking about having oral conversations. Well, when you love someone, it shouldn't matter how much or how often you give them oral conversations. Just enjoy it. Trust, he will. I don't know what it is about him, but he makes me whole. He makes me feel like I can take over the world. So having someone in my life like that, why would I not want to enjoy him completely? He is my oral fixation. And yes, in this instance, I'm talking about sex. But there are more than sexual ways to have a fixation with someone. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It means that you found that person that makes you feel whole and completes you. So no, I don't have an oral fixation. I have a fixation for him. Okay, I have an oral fixation for him. What can I say? He is my oral fixation. So it's like, it's you can't have it because everybody has a fetish. Is he my fetish? Absolutely. Do I crave him? Absolutely. Do I go through withdrawals? Like an egg that's detoxing. I'm just saying. Okay, so back to topic. But I mean, I'm just saying. So like there are variations that we can go through this and we can talk about it. And we was talking about flogging, and people want to know, does flogging hurt? It just kind of depends. And there's a difference between flogging and whipping and stuff like that. And it's like, well, why would you want to get hit during during an intimate session that you're having with your partner? They're supposed to be all about passion and love and all that other stuff. Yeah, wonk wonk. Yeah, can I get a wonk wonk? Do we have a wonk wonk? I'm just saying. You can have all of that. But sometimes, and fellas, I need y'all to listen to me. Fellas. Sometimes, yes, we do want that passion. We do want that love. We want that intimacy. We crave that intimacy. Ladies, I'm sorry, I'm giving out girl code, and I know I'm not supposed to, but I got to learn them. Shout out to Method Man. I got to learn them for real. Sometimes we just want our back broke. It ain't about orgasms. It ain't about none of that. It's about flat out pull my hair, choke me, spank me, see how flexible I am, treat me like a rubber band, I mean, we talked about the Amazon woman position last week. Reverse that role. Just go ahead and put me in that regular position. Do the power driver, do the spider. I'm just saying, it's not always about intimacy. So there's different ways of having it. There's different ways of doing it. There's different ways of just being comfortable in your skin and knowing what you want and how you want it. It's okay. If somebody looks at you strange because you like something different sexually than they like, then that's on them. They missing out, not you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Because I wish somebody would look at me different because I keep a ponytail in my head because I want him to take my hand, wrap it around his head and pull. Come on now. I'm just saying. Oh, I do have my limits, but that ain't one of them. That ain't one of them. But I'm just saying you gotta know how to balance. You gotta know how to, know what you want. All of this, yes, we are talking about sex. We are talking about things that happen in the bedroom. These are the bedrooms of life. Bedroom can be anything. Bedroom can be in a room. Bedroom can be in a front room. Go ahead, break in you got some new furniture in the front room, break it in. You got a new kitchen, you got a countertop, break it in. It's yours. I mean, come on now. Sex does not always have to be in the bedroom. It can be anywhere, in the car, on the grass, on the back porch, in the parking lot. Not up under the stairs, though. That's kind of trashy. Yeah, not under the stairs. Okay, let's see. Maybe yeah, now y'all got me thinking. Like, sex can be anywhere. Just make sure that, when you're doing it right. Like, sometimes you just want to shoot one off, and that's okay. He may not be in the mood for all that other stuff and, just call you and be like, I miss your oral conversation. Okay, daddy. It happens. All right, y'all. So we'll be back. Give me like 2 for 2, and we'll answer some more questions and see you soon.
can lie.
101 TKO Radio. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are into the last 25 minutes of the show. Get your questions in on all platforms. 101 TKO Radio, Facebook, Instagram. You can even do YouTube. You can watch live on YouTube. Post your questions, comments, concerns. Be like, oh, she's too vulgar. She shouldn't say this or she shouldn't say that. But guess what? I'm gonna. I'm just saying. So that song that just played, that's Khaled. What can you say? Like, it's like that song is so dope. Like, if you, like, there's literally like a method to my madness. Like, some of these songs that y'all are hearing are like literal blueprints to my life. And like, each song is picked that, if I do a photo shoot or when I do my book signings and stuff like that, there are songs that I connect with that really explains who I am. So this is not something that I'm just doing for show. Like, those that really know me, matter of fact, if anybody on Instagram that's listening have ever been to one of my classes, ever been to my book signings or anything like that, y'all tune in next week. And I want to know, I want y'all feedback. I want to know what y'all thought about it, what y'all got out of it, and, stuff like that. Because, I want to know real personal experiences. Like, the questions that's coming in tonight, y'all, they are so dope, like, for real. And I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all. But, it's like, there's a method to my madness, y'all, like, for real. Y'all can call me I don't want to be Dr. Ruth, but ain't nobody else out there besides Dr. Ruth. Is it anybody else besides Dr. Ruth? Ain't nobody else besides Dr. Ruth. Okay. I'll be the new Dr. Ruth. I'll be a Ruthie. How about that? I'll be the new Dr. Ruthie. I'll put some little black into it. Because that little old woman was rough. But she knew her stuff and she got everybody through it. So, but, yeah, y'all was dope tonight. These questions that's coming in. So, the question about oral spitting, I need to write down what I said because orgasmically spitting, that's what I said. Woo, yeah, I got to remember that. Orgasmically spitting. So, I went back and I wanted to make sure that I answer that question properly. So it is like during sexual stimulation, it's a trigger. You gotta know, but not every woman can do it. Not every man can make and do it because it don't, like, from looking at it, and that's why I say this is all about what we know. Not all women can do it. Not all women can do it. Oh my God, I'm looking at what I'm reading. So, they're saying 1 out of 7 women can do it. 1 out of 7 women. I don't think that that's true, but that's what they're saying. I think it's more than that. A lot of people say that it's urine. It's not. It's just another form of orgasm that comes from a different spot. So please don't let nobody tell you that it's urine because it's really not. It's just like you have different types of orgasm. You have your Milky Way, and all of those that know what that is, you have your Milky Way, and then you have your creamy milk chocolate. Like, there's different ones, and then you have your fire hydrant, and that's what orgasmically, and now I can't talk. Orgasmically spitting is, the fire hydrant, because guess what? When it erupts, it's like you opening that gasket on the fire hydrant, and that's what it is. But I really don't think that it's, 1 in 7 women. Like, I don't think that that's right, because I know more than 7 women that I've had conversations with that, can do it. And some women, have done it and didn't even know that they were doing it. It's a different feeling. It's like, because I know the very first time that I did it, I felt like I was floating on air. It scared myself, but I felt like I was floating, like, for real. So it's like everybody is different. But you have to know where your spot is. Like, you just have to know where your spot is and know where to get it from. You can have it from, having intimacies from behind. You can do that. The position that you're laying in, you can have your legs closed, you can have your knees bent to your chest. Like, there's different ways. Like, he can be behind you with your knees to your chest. Like, things like that. There are different ways that you can do it and different, and try it. But no, every woman cannot do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But every woman needs to have an orgasm. Now, if you're not having an orgasm, I need y'all to let me know, because we got to make sure, because all that built up frustration and all that stuff that's up there, we go crazy. Like, we get agitated, we get mad, we be wanting to fight. We start, well, I don't start arguments, but, some women start arguments, they become nags, and that's when they turn into Karens. I think that's what Karens are. I think Karens are sexually pent up, frustrated, that either have not had an orgasm in a very long time or has never had an orgasm, period. And it's just they're angry. And it's like you just need a good downing. Like, just go ahead and let somebody choke you out. And guess what? You ain't gonna worry about what somebody else is doing or saying. I'm just saying, it's crazy. But it's I can't do 1 in 7 women. I don't think this is right. I'm gonna have to disagree with this one. But yeah, it's it's not urine. It's not urine, so don't let nobody tell you that it's urine, because it's really not. And it's certain women can do it, certain women cannot do it, and it's really all power of the Peter. I was not expecting that. That was right on time. I was not expecting that. That was dope. That was dope, super producer. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's the Peter has a lot of power. I'm just saying, knock on wood. Literally, knock on wood. Knock on Peter, knock on Richard, knock on Bob, knock on wood. I'm just saying, there's so many different names for it. I'm just, we just know what we got to do, and we just know that we got to have fun while we're doing it. We just know we got to be safe with it. So it's like, tonight, y'all, this was so dope. We talked about flogging. We talked about, BDSM, the correct terminology, the definition, like all of this kind of goes, like those questions that was coming in. Yeah, if you are in the lifestyle and you want to know somebody that you're dating, somebody that you're getting ready to meet, that's something that you want to know. You don't want to fall for somebody and then later on find out that you all on 2 different sexual playing fields when it comes to sex. You don't want to do that. So it's like, yeah, it's okay to ask that question, because you be with somebody 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, and it's time to get out, and you walk in a room full of people and you like, what's going on? That conversation should have been had. Like I said, I am always going to refer back to sex and food, because I didn't have that conversation over dinner. Had that conversation. That's part of the dating process. That's part of the getting to know each other process. The do's and the don'ts. Like, I'm probably not going to swing until I'm single again, because I'm selfish. I don't want to share. I don't want to share. Sharing is not caring. I don't care what the little blue Care Bear said. Sharing is not caring. Sorry. I was not that kid in the sandbox who played well with people. I am the youngest child. I am spoiled. What's mine is mine. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all, I'm having fun tonight, because I'm just like, this tonight was dope. I am really stoked. Y'all really showing your girl some love. It's getting better. This is my 3rd show, and I know the more that I'm on here, and the more that y'all start following, and the more that y'all start listening, the questions are going to keep coming in, the following is going to keep coming in, 101 TKO. Y'all, this platform that y'all gave me is awesome. It's amazing. I thank you because the information is being put out. Like, you just got these random people out just giving bad advice. I'd be looking at some of these chicks talking like, who raised you? Like, are you really giving out that type of advice? So, but, you know. Anyway, 101 TKO Radio. It's your girl, 678-439-7419. Give us a call. We're going to take another break right quick. We'll be right back in 2 and 2.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adopted
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. 101 TKO Radio, Bedrooms of Life, those dictational conversations with your girl, Jade's Desire, your favorite real life erotica author and sexologist. So before we wrap up tonight's show, y'all, it is awesome. It was amazing, and I thank y'all for it. This is all about having a safe space because I do understand and know that sex is a taboo topic. And, not everybody has somebody to go to and have those conversations, have those real life conversations, ask those questions. And this is your safe space. Even though we are grown, a lot of us are grown, it could be that we grew up in a household where you didn't talk about sex. And especially predominantly in African American houses, sex was not talked about. Sex was not discussed. Like, it was not. You got the birds and the bees, and that was it. That was it. You do this, you do that, and that was it. I mean, they really didn't even talk about or go into pregnancy. And it was like, back then, it was like a lot of teenage pregnancies. Why? Because that topic didn't get talked about at home. And now we have, our children that's out here now, like they're out here, they got STDs, HIV, and things like that. And that's because we're not talking to them. We're letting society dictate to them, what's going on. We're listening to all this stuff that's coming out, like this music. That's not safe. That's not safe. No, like these kids, ages 18 to 25, if not younger, got the highest rate of HIV, AIDS, STD, gonorrhea. Like, that's serious, y'all, and we need to have these conversations. It's all fun and game. It is, it really is, but that's what I'm here for. Like, I got 4 boys. Like, my oldest son is a hot boy. I knew that as he started getting older. I mean, he high yellow with red hair and freckles. Oh, come on, we finna have this conversation. I made him a PowerPoint presentation. I gave him a video of STDs, seen, unseen, crabs, hurt, like you name it. I mean, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about sex, so we got to be real about it. And that's what we need to do with our kids because we don't want them, just out here wilding out. And if you can't have that conversation with them, then you need to, have them tune in to me. I'll teach them, schedule a class, come on a radio show. I mean, I'm just saying, it's so many different ways that this can be talked about. So, but, tonight's show has been awesome. 101 TKO Radio. This is Bedrooms of Life, those dictational conversations with Jade's Desire. We here. We giving out life advice, sex advice, and not relationship advice because I'm not a relationship expert, so I can't answer like, well, why Johnny don't love me? Maybe because you're not having an oral conversation with him. I don't know. Don't ask me. Maybe if you have an oral conversation with him more than once a month or once every 3 months, maybe Johnny will love you. All conversations are like lollipops. You got to have them in your mouth and suck them. I'm just saying. You got to. I'm just saying. Try something different. Try something new. Let Johnny come home from work and you in the kitchen cooking butt naked. Something. You got to do something. Because if Johnny coming home having a fried bologna sandwich is 3 days out the week, and Johnny gonna meet Susie, and Susie got lobster one day, crab the next day, steak, potatoes, broccoli. Yeah, Johnny's not coming back. I'm just saying. But y'all, thank y'all tonight. It has been an awesome show. It's your girl, Bedrooms of Life, dictational conversations with Jade's Desire, 101 TKO Radio on all platforms. I will see you guys next week. Peace.